Alright, hello devs and aspiring dev, this is Sammy Kings. Now in today's video, we are going to be diving into the concept of DateTime objects, both in JavaScript and in Python. See you right after the intro. Alright friends, welcome back. I'm super excited to be back again recording. And with that said, let's jump right into the video. Now, if you are new to the channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell, because I'm going to be showing you guys a whole lot of concepts, a whole lot of things on this channel. All right, thank you guys. All right, let's jump right into it. So this seminar here is going to be the Python version. So I'm going to use a Python 3. If you're on a Windows, if you're on a Windows system, you just have to use Python, because I would just want to use the Python repo. Now on the second terminal here, I'm just going to be using the Node environment to run my JavaScript. All right, so let's get into it. So what I'm going to do is this: I would do the Python version, and after doing the Python version, I'll go ahead to do the Node version. All right, so now to even get started with using DateTime, you just have to kind of import it, right? So this is how you do from DateTime. Come on, I missed the T E there. From DateTime, import DateTime. Now, once you do that, now you have the DateTime. You can now start working with DateTime. Now, you might ask yourself, okay, why do you need it now? It is like a norm now. It's like a practice now that whenever actions is being taken on the system or a web application, a mobile application, the timestamp should be added. Like, for example, a login time, last logouts, when the payment was made, when an invoice was sent, when the file was deleted, stuff like that, the time in which you signed out, all those stuff. Now, if you don't know how to work with DateTime objects, it becomes a challenge, which is why I really want to use the two most popular technologies out there, which is Python and JavaScript, so that we don't get to miss out, right? All right, cool. So now, first thing I have to do now is to get in the current dates. Now, to get the current dates, just using the snake case in here. When I get to start writing JavaScript, now start using the I'm using snake case here. JavaScript, I start change it to camel casing. All right, so just do dates. So it's pretty easy to even go with, use it with to use DateTime in Python. So just how you can use datetime.today, or come on, what's happening? You can use datetime.today or datetime.now. Now the difference between datetime.now and datetime.today is that with datetime.now, you can pass in users, you can pass in a defined time zone. That's a difference. Now, if you want to do something like that, so for now, before we go about that, let's just, first of all, we'll have to import pytz to give us access to time zones. Then we can now say datetime.now. Now this guy accepts a time zone, which we'll get from pytz. So we can say pytz.time zone. Now, for example, let's just say we want to go with US Eastern, right? US Eastern. Now this will give me the time based of this particular time zone. But if I just call my normal time, it's going to default to the server's current time, or the machine that's actually running the particular program. So in the situation whereby you don't care about a particular time zone, you can use the .now. So you can use the .now without passing arguments. But if you want to like pass in a defined time zone, you have to now send an argument, which is the time zone of interest. Now, instead of using .now and not passing in any argument to it, meaning you want to get your current time, right, based on the machine running, you can just use dot today, because the dot now without an argument is going to operate the same way with a dot today. So that's just the difference between dot now and dot today. Because if we say dot today, we change dot today to dot now without an argument, you basically see they are the same. The difference is that dot now accept just one argument, which is the time zone. All right, that's that about that. So I will need to clear the screen to have a clean environment to work with. So let's do dot today, get the current date for today. So if I check the current date now, so this is the date. Now with this date now, I can now start making comparisons. I can now start doing some like dates are some arithmetic operations. Now let's say I want to do some comparison, so definitely I will have to get a new date, right? So let's call this future date 1. Now the reason why I say future date 1, because there are 2 ways you can actually go about this now to get another date, because you can't call it dot now again, because the dot now is always going to get in your current one, right? I want to get a date. So the one way to get a date in the future, either in the future or in the past, whichever. Now, one way is to actually create a DateTime object by actually passing the date as argument to it. So this is what I mean. So I can say DateTime. Now I would now start the year. So the year should be 2024. Now the month, let's say we want September. Now the day in September, let's say I want on the 4th of September. Now this is the date. If I really want to be explicit, I could even go as far as setting the time. So I can say 2 a.m. I can do something like this, 2 a.m. Yeah, I can even go as far as setting the milliseconds. But let's just say I just want the day, right? Now if I don't pass in the time, it's going to default to 0000. That's beginning of the time, right, in the 24-hour format. So this is my future date 1. Now I can say future date 1. You see, I have that. Now another way we can actually go about this is using time delta. Now the time delta, now we also have to import it, right? So we have to say import time delta, and actually from date time import time delta. Good. So now we say future date 2. So we say future date 2. Now in this case, now I'm going to be using time delta to kind of extend the dates with respect to the current date. So I can say current date plus time delta. Now this time delta, it accepts keyword arguments. Now starting from the highest you can get to is days. You can't go weeks, you can't go months, you can't go years. So it is days, hour, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. Those are the 5. So I just want to use the days. So let's say I just want 5 days time, right? 5 days time. Now if I say future date 2, now guess what? I now have 5 days time with respect to my current dates, because it added 5 to the days. Now I would not be able to do something like that if I just do something like this. That is because this right here is a DateTime object and this is an integer. They are of 2 types. We can actually see they are of 2 types actually. All right, so we have our current date, we have future date 1, future date 2. So now I can make comparison. I can say current dates greater than future dates 1. Now you get to see is false because future date 1 is actually greater than current date. Now if I change it to less than, now you see it is true because future date 1, current date is actually less than future date 1. So now a question might be, okay, when should I use time delta, right? Now you get to use time delta when you want to get a particular date in future with respect to the current date. So now let's say I want to get by this time next year. Let's take a route. Now what I will do is this. So I can just say I'll come here to where I use time delta. So let's call this next. Let's call this next year. Now what I'll do, as you might have guessed, is just to do it 365 days. Now when I do this now and I say next year, you will see that it automatically goes to 2025, the same with respect to my current dates. Do you get the gist? The exact same thing. So that's basically, so if you want to get a particular date in the future which reference to your current date, you use the time delta, because you basically cannot just start adding 10 days time or in 5 days time, stuff like that, which you can basically do this to set expirations, right? Okay, so that's about that, using datetime objects in Python. And now before we go, I would now want to show you a way whereby you can actually display this now in a user-friendly way, because now in your mobile phone what you see is in this format of months, in this format of day, months, year, or year, month, day, and then time. So how can you do something like that? Because this now doesn't make sense, right? At least it makes sense to you, but it doesn't make sense to the generic user. So how do you now do it? Now is what they call datetime formatting. So on your current dates, you can now use the strip time to display it in a user-friendly way. Now these are kind of formatters. So let's say I want to display it in day, month, and year. So this is what I'll do. I'll say %m for day, then I can say an hyphen. Oh no, let's go with the normal back slash. So I'll say the day, then %m for month, backslash %y for year, and I can say comma. Now if I want the time, I can now say % in caps I to represent the hours in a 12-hour clock. The hours, then colon, I can now do %m in minutes. The minutes represents minutes. Now I can now put %p to represent the meridian, either AM or PM. All right. Now if I do something like this, you see I have 4:01 PM. Now if I remove this, I only just get 4:01. Now I don't know if it's an AM or if it's a PM, right? So this is just how you can actually format it. Now if you really want me to go into details with this datetime on the community, you could actually respond to this, or on the comment section and to respond to it, and then I would dive deeper in it. I think this video is getting too long, so in the next video I'm going to be talking on how to do something like this in JavaScript rather. All right, thank you guys. And if you are new to the channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So sorry for being away, and I promise you'll see me more often with videos. All right, bye bye.